The female doctor was shocked to discover that her husband had accompanied his first love to the hospital for a prenatal checkup. However, she did not argue with her husband, but instead forced herself to remain calm and finish her work. After the examination, it was discovered that the couple's child was already 38 weeks old. After her husband left with his first love, she immediately called the head of the obstetrics and gynecology department and asked him to schedule an abortion for her in 7 days, because she had just discovered that she was also pregnant. Before she could share this news with her husband, she discovered he had betrayed her. Heartbroken, she drafted a divorce agreement, determined to end their marriage. Just then, her husband returned home. He explained that he and his ex-girlfriend were now just ordinary friends, that she had recently divorced and was pregnant, making it inconvenient for her to walk, so he had simply helped her up. Unexpectedly, the ex-girlfriend called at that moment, and the husband lied that he had an urgent company meeting and was about to leave. Taking advantage of the husband's rush to leave, the woman lied that she had found a house she liked and tricked the husband into signing the divorce agreement. In his hurry to find the ex-girlfriend, the husband signed without even looking at it. Immediately afterward, the woman called the director and agreed to participate in a medical exchange program in Paris, meaning she would disappear from the husband's life in 2 weeks. The next morning, the ex-boyfriend provocatively added the woman as a friend on social media. It wasn't until she saw the ex-boyfriend's social media post that she realized her husband had used the excuse of overtime the previous night to actually spend time with the ex-boyfriend decorating their new home. Just then, her husband approached her, claiming he had been too busy with overtime to remember their wedding anniversary and promised to make it up to her after work that day. However, after work, the woman waited in vain for her husband. He called to explain that he was still working overtime and would take her out to dinner another day. But when she turned around and went to the supermarket, she unexpectedly saw her husband accompanying his first love there. At that moment, the first love also saw her and deliberately acted spoiled toward the man. Seeing her husband's indulgent expression toward the first love, the woman felt an immediate wave of nausea. The man's ex-girlfriend approached the woman to greet her, but the ex-girlfriend pretended to be in pain and took a step back. The man, without hesitation, assumed his wife was causing trouble for his ex-girlfriend and scolded her for being unreasonable. The woman didn't want to argue and turned to leave. The man was about to chase after her to explain, but the ex-girlfriend pretended to have abdominal pain again, and the man hurriedly helped her to the hospital. Before long, it was the day of the surgery. To say goodbye to the baby, the woman asked her husband to accompany her to complete the tasks on the checklist. In the warm atmosphere, the husband impulsively suggested that he wanted a baby. The woman felt deeply ironic, never expecting her husband to want a child for the first time on the very day they were about to lose the baby. Just then, the ex-girlfriend called, claiming stomach discomfort, and asked the man to accompany her to the hospital. The husband lied about having work matters and hurriedly left. The woman arrived at the hospital as scheduled for the surgery. The doctor sympathetically asked if she wanted to discuss it further with her husband. To her disappointment, she saw her husband, who had claimed to be at a meeting, accompanying her ex-girlfriend for a prenatal checkup. She told the doctor that her husband was dead. Outside the door, the husband suddenly spotted his wife's figure, but the ex-girlfriend pretended to have stomach pain again, asking the man to accompany her to see